Hey everyone, welcome to my How to Make Discord bot series. In this video, we'll be going through how to make reaction rules with JSON. You can implement this with SQL, but I'll be using JSON here just to make it easy. This is our usual boilerplate code, and we'll start with our code here. Our usual client.command, and I will name my command as react role and react role will have the first parameter being ctx, the context. Then I want to take in the emoji, then the role which we want to give the user. So role will be of type Discord role there, and I want to take in a message to be printed, so message here. Going forward, I want to display this message in an embed, so let me create a variable for embed, emb equal to discord.embed, and we can give title and description here, but I'll be giving only the description, and I'll show the message here. So description will be my message. That should do it. Now, after sending this message, there should be a default reaction to the message that any user has to react to get a certain role. So to react to the message that we send here, what we do is we'll take another variable called message, then we'll do await ctx channel dot send, and we'll send the embed here, embed equal to the variable that we created for embed. Now what we do here is we'll do await, and we'll add a reaction to the message that we send. So message dot add reaction, and this reaction will be the same emoji that we get in the parameters, so emoji. Now we have to create a JSON file where we store all the data about the reaction. So I'll create a new file called reactrole.json, and I'll create an empty array here. Now in my main file, I will open this file that we created with open. I'll name the file that is reactrole.json as the JSON file. So now after we open this file, I want to copy all the data which is inside this file. So I'll create a new variable called data equal to JSON dot load JSON file. So for this code to work, we have to import JSON here. So import JSON. Next, we'll continue the code here from here. Now I want to create a dictionary which contains role name, role ID, emoji, and the message ID, so that later we can compare the message ID and the emoji. So let me create a new dictionary. I'll name it a new react role equal to, now the first key will be my role name, and the value for this will be role dot name. So this is the same role that we get in the parameters here. My next key will be the role ID. So role underscore ID will be role dot ID, and we have to store the emoji, that is the emoji, and the last key is the message ID. So message underscore ID will be the message dot ID. This is the ID of the message that we send, the embed that we send in the channel. This is the ID of that message. So next, we have to append this dictionary to the array here, which we have copied into data. So we'll just do data dot append, and we'll put in our dictionary here, the new React role. Now we have appended this dictionary, the new role, to this array. Now we have to write that array into our file. For that, I'll do the same with open react role.json as write. So I'll give w here, and I'll name it as j. Now we have to write this data into our react json file. So for that, I'll do json dot dump, and we'll pass our data and the file, that is j, and to make it look good, we'll just add indent equal to 4. And that's it for our react role command. So let's see if this is working. So I'll do python cola.py, and the bot is online, so we'll check it here. The bot is online. Now we'll do react role, the emoji, that is snake. I'll give snake, and the role will be py helper. Then final, we'll put a message, that is react for role py helper. If I hit send, then we send the embed, and we also add a default emoji to it. Now if you want to create another react role, then make sure you have the roles created here. I'll create a new role called JS helper. So JS helper, and I'll make it yellow, and I'll save changes. Now here, if I do dot react role, and let me give sunflower, and I'll mention the role, that is our JS helper. Then I'll write in react for the role JS helper. If I hit send, then we get another embed for a JS helper. Now if we go back to our React JSON file, we have two entries in this. One is the py helper and one is the JS helper. So this is the role ID for py helper, and this is the role ID for JS helper, and these are the message IDs. So now what we have to do is, when a user reacts to this role, we have to give user that particular role. So for that, we will be making use of on raw reaction add and on raw reaction remove. So we'll be making use of these two APIs here. So let me go into this. So this is on reaction add. So on reaction add will have a default parameter of payload. So if we go into payload, it will contain the message ID, the user ID, the channel ID, guild, emoji, and the member. Here, member is only present for reaction add and not reaction remove. We have to remember that. So let's go into the code and we'll add on raw reaction add here. So I'll create at client dot event async def on raw reaction add. Let's go on raw reaction add. So this will have a default parameter. I'll name it as payload here, and for this now we have to check if it's a bot that reacted to the message, because when we send this embed we make the bot react to this message. So we have to make sure it is not the bot that is getting the role. So for that we'll do if payload dot member dot bot, then pass. Else what we have to do here is we have to load this file, we have to load the data from that file, and we have to check the emoji and the message ID. So for that we'll do with open react role dot json as react file, as react file. Now we copy in the data from that file. So data equal to json dot load react file. Now we do for x in data, that is for every dictionary here. For every dictionary here, what we have to do is we have to check if the emoji, if x of emoji equal to, that is if it is the same as payload dot emoji dot name, and if x of message ID is same as payload dot message ID. If this is true, we have to get the role from the particular guild. So we have to do discord dot utils dot get, and we'll do client dot client dot get guild. So get guild takes in a parameter of guild ID, and we can get the guild ID from our payload parameter. So payload dot guild ID dot roles. So this will get a list of all the roles in that guild. Now we have to select a particular role with ID the same as the role ID in our dictionary. So we'll do this. So this fetches all the roles in that particular guild, and we select the particular role with ID of the role ID here. So if this is our X. We go through all the roles in a guild and we select a role with ID as same as this. Now going further, we have to give the user this role. So for that we'll do await payload dot member dot add roles, and we'll mention the role here. So now if I try running the code again, bot is online. So now if I react, did we make a mistake? Oh yeah, here. So react role, let's try this again. The bot is online and react. Yeah, we have the py helper role, and now we should have the js helper role. Now as soon as we unreact from this role, the unreact from this message, the roles should be removed. So for that we will have to use the same code here. So I'll use the same thing here, Control C, Control V. Now all we have to change in this is we have to change the name on reaction, remove, and we cannot use this line here, payload.member, because member is only available for reaction add. So for that what we have to do is we will get the guild from our client. So get underscore guild, and we can send in the guild ID from our payload. So payload dot guild ID. Now we have to get a member. So get underscore member, and we can send in the user ID here. So payload dot user ID. Now here we can add the role to that member. So we can do add roles. Sorry, we have to remove the role here. So we have to remove roles, and we'll mention the role here. So role. Now if I save and run this again, now let me react to it again, and if I unreact from it, this thing does not work because Discord has made changes to their intents. They have added intents actually. So what we have to do here is we have to go to our client equal to bot, and we have to add another parameter here, that is intents. So intents equals to discord dot intents dot all. When I mean dot all, if we go here to our Discord developer, go to your bot application, go to your bot tab. Here we have two intents. One is the presence intent and other is the server members intent. So presence intent basically gives you info about what they're doing, playing game, playing music or something, and server member intent gives you a entire list of member of the particular server. So make sure this is turned on, and if you are on the newer versions of discord.py, make sure you have this code added. Now if we do Oh yeah, and we don't need this for our reaction to remove, so we can remove that. And let's run the code again. Waters online. So let me react to it again and remove the reaction. So by helper reaction is removed and the JS helper reaction is removed. That's it for this video. I will be uploading all the code to GitHub and I will leave the links in the description. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for further videos. And I will also have the link to the server that I'm currently active on. So if you guys have any doubts, you can contact me through the YouTube comments or through my Discord account.